I am money. And today I will reveal why you never see me grow in your life. You work hard to earn me. You wake up early, you push yourself, you sacrifice time, energy, and even your peace to bring me into your hands. You chase me with determination, sometimes even with desperation. And yet, when I finally arrive, I vanish too quickly. You look at your wallet, at your account, and wonder, where did it all go? Why does this happen? The answer is simple, yet painful. You give me a weight of fleeting pleasures, to small escapes, to moments that feel good today, but steal abundance from tomorrow. You trade lasting wealth for temporary satisfaction. Think about it. How many times have you spent me impulsively on the coffee you didn't really need, the gadget that sits unused, the shopping spree that gave you joy for a moment, but regret afterward? Each time you give in to the craving for now, I slip away. I do not stay. I cannot grow in soil that is shallow. This is why you never see me multiply in your life. Because multiplication requires patience, growth requires vision. And yet, you trap yourself in the cycle of instant gratification, wanting the pleasure today, without considering the wealth of tomorrow. And I watch it all. I see your effort. I feel your exhaustion. I know how much you long for security and freedom. But when you spend me without awareness, without pause, without purpose, I fade. Not because I want to hurt you, but because that is my law. I cannot expand when I am treated like a fleeting thrill. Understand this. I am not your enemy. I do not deny you joy. I do not forbid you pleasure. I was not created to make you live in constant deprivation. But I was designed to grow when used with wisdom, when directed with intention, when honored with consciousness. The truth is that abundance does not disappear because of me. It disappears because of impatience. You think you are choosing happiness when you spend me on the impulse, but often you are choosing emptiness. You silence the deeper call of your future by feeding the shallow appetite of the moment. And the cost is heavy: regret, debt, scarcity, and the endless cycle of running after me only to see me slip away again. I am here to tell you, it does not have to be this way. You do not have to live forever chasing, forever empty, forever disappointed. The secret is not in working harder, not in chasing longer, but in learning to pause, to breathe, to choose differently. Because I am money, and I flourish where there is patience. I expand where there is vision. I multiply where there is wisdom. And today, I invite you to see that the reason I vanish so quickly is not because I dislike you, but because you give me away too cheaply. I am money, and now I must show you the wound that keeps repeating in your life. You work hard, but you never feel secure. You put in effort, but I slip away faster than you can hold me. And deep inside, you know why. Because you trade me for moments that vanish. You spend me on pleasures that comfort you for an hour, a day, maybe a week, but afterward, you are left with emptiness. This is the great pain. You mistake my purpose. I was never meant to be a quick fix for loneliness, boredom, or fear. I was never designed to disappear into distractions. Yet, over and over, you hand me away to things that cannot fill the true void in your heart. You tell yourself, I deserve this. But in reality, it is not self-love, it is self-sabotage. You convince yourself that the impulse buy will make you happy, but soon regret follows. You use me as a bandage when I was meant to be a seed. And when the bandage falls off, the wound is still there, plus the pain of watching me disappear. I see your frustration. You look at your account, wondering why I never stay, why I never grow. And yet, the answer is in the choices you make when you seek instant gratification. Each impulse is like opening the door and asking me to leave. Each moment of impatience tells me, I don't trust the future, I only trust this moment, and so I obey. I go. The pain grows deeper because you know you are capable of more. You dream of freedom. You imagine a life where I flow abundantly, where bills are paid with ease, where generosity is possible. But the cycle of impatience steals that dream from you. The coffee, the gadget, the clothes, the fleeting comfort. They look small, but they pile up like chains. And soon you are trapped again, working endlessly to recover what you gave away without thought. This is the torment I see in so many lives, not a lack of income, but a lack of vision. Not the absence of opportunity, but the presence of impulsive choices. And every time you repeat the pattern, the weight of regret grows heavier. I do not say this to condemn you. I say this because I want you to understand the truth. I do not vanish because I hate you. I vanish because you ask me to. You dismiss me without awareness, and I cannot resist the command. I am obedient to your habits. And so the great pain is not simply that I disappear. The great pain is that you could have multiplied me, expanded me, built a foundation of freedom, but instead, you let impatience steal tomorrow's abundance for the sake of today's impulse. This is the wound you carry. This is why you never see me grow. I am money. And now I will reveal to you the truth you've been missing all along. I do not multiply in haste. I do not flourish in impulse. I am not nourished by fear or by the restless urge to spend just to feel alive for a moment. No, I expand where there is awareness. I grow where there is intention. I multiply in the soil of patience and wisdom. You have been taught to believe that happiness lives in the now purchase, that joy is found in chasing the small reward, the quick fix, the thrill of spending me the moment I arrive. But here is the truth. Those moments do not build you, they drain you. They take your future and trade it for a short, fragile feeling. I am not here to steal your joy. I am not against pleasure. But I was created to serve you best when you use me consciously. Think of me as a seed. In the soil of impulse, I rot. In the soil of wisdom, I grow into forests. Each dollar, each decision, each pause before you spend has the potential to create something lasting. The question is, will you plant me or will you consume me? Here is the secret. When you breathe before spending, when you pause even for a single heartbeat, you step into power. You are no longer a slave to impulse. You become a master of choice, and I respond to that mastery. I multiply in the lives of those who direct me with vision, not in the lives of those who throw me away in moments of distraction. I am energy, and energy follows focus. When you tell me, I use money with wisdom and it returns multiplied, you shift the frequency between us. You stop treating me as a fleeting thrill and start treating me as a partner. And in return, I begin to flow back to you in new ways, opportunities, savings, investments, growth. Do you see? The difference is not in how much you earn, but in how you handle what you already hold. Some people with little grow me into abundance because they use me with clarity. Others who have plenty see me vanish because they spend without vision. It is not the amount that matters, it is the awareness. So hear me clearly, I am not distant. I am not against you. I am waiting for you to change the way you see me. Stop trading me for crumbs of pleasure. Start planting me into the soil of your future. Stop letting impatience dictate your choices. Start letting vision guide your steps. When you do, everything changes. Bills are no longer chains, but stepping stones. Savings no longer feel like sacrifice, but like empowerment. Investments no longer feel like risk, but like seeds with the promise of fruit. And money begin to flow in greater measure because you finally gave me a reason to stay. This is my revelation to you. I am not fragile, but I am obedient. If you treat me as fleeting, I will flee. If you honor me with wisdom, I will multiply. The choice has always been yours. Now we move from knowing to doing. Knowledge without ritual is like a seed stuck in your pocket, full of potential, never planted. This is a simple, powerful practice you can do anywhere, in less than 2 minutes, that rewires impulse into intention and trains me to stay and grow with you. Find a quiet moment before any purchase, even a small one. This ritual is intentionally tiny, so you will actually use it every time. Stop and breathe, 10 to 15 seconds. Pause, close your eyes for one breath. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold 1, exhale for 6. Let your shoulders drop. This single breath interrupts the automatic impulse loop. It gives your nervous system a moment to choose, not react. Place your hand over your chest. Feel your heartbeat. This anchors the choice in your body, not just in your mind. The heartbeat reminds you that you are alive, that abundance is not a future idea, but a present state you can steward. Speak the line with intention, out loud or in your head. Say clearly, I use money with wisdom, and it returns to me multiplied. Say it once, then again with conviction. Let the phrase sit in your chest. Don't mumble. Speak as if you are setting a small contract with the universe. Ask one clarifying question. Before you hand over the card or click buy, ask yourself quietly, will this choice serve my future self? If the answer is yes, proceed intentionally. If the answer is no, allow yourself to delay the purchase for 24 hours. Visualize the return, 10 to 20 seconds. Close your eyes and imagine the money circling back to you, multiplied. Visualize one concrete way it could return. A small saving accumulating, a client reaching out, a discount appearing, a new opportunity arriving. See it. Feel the relief. Taste the gratitude. Take one small aligned action immediately. After the purchase or the delay, do one micro step that honors your future. Move $5 to savings. Add a note to your budget app, set a low automatic transfer, or write down one short-term financial goal. Action anchors the ritual into reality. Log the choice. Optional. Powerful. Keep a tiny choices list in your phone. Each time you practice the ritual, write one line. Date, purchase, result, spent intentionally, delayed, saved $X. Over weeks you'll see patterns, and the act of recording builds accountability. Repeat daily for 30 days. Habits form through repetition. 30 days of this micro-ritual trains your impulse control muscle and reshapes how money, respond to you. Small pauses compound into big shifts. Celebrate small wins. When you save, when you delay an impulse and feel good, acknowledge it. Whisper thank you or mark it in your journal. Gratitude lubricates flow. Celebration reinforces the new loop. Notes on integrity. This ritual is not about denying pleasure. It is about choosing pleasure that aligns with your larger life. It's okay to enjoy, but the goal is to enjoy with intention, not as escape. When you combine breath, intention, vision, and one aligned action, you convert fleeting purchases into building blocks. Do this now. The next time you reach for your wallet, even for coffee, practice the 5 steps. Pause, place your hand, declare the line, ask the clarifying question, then act. Over time, you'll notice I stop slipping through your fingers and start multiplying in ways that matter. I am money. I flourish where you choose wisely. Make this ritual your new habit and watch how patience turns small decisions into lasting abundance. That's exactly what Rafaela discovered. For years, she lived trapped in the cycle of instant gratification. Every paycheck that came in was gone within days. She would buy new clothes she didn't need, order takeout instead of cooking, spend on weekends just to feel better about a stressful week. On the surface, it looked like she was enjoying life, but inside, she felt constant anxiety. By the time the month was halfway through, she was already broke, already waiting for the next deposit. Rafaela used money, as a bandage. Each impulsive purchase gave her a small burst of happiness, but it never lasted. When the joy faded, regret crept in. She would say to herself, next month, I'll be smarter. But when the next paycheck arrived, the cycle repeated. Pleasure first, regret after. And I could not grow in her hands. One day, after realizing how exhausted she was of always starting from zero, Rafaela tried something different. She came across a simple ritual, the same one you just learned. Before spending, she paused. She placed her hand on her heart, took a deep breath, and said, I use money with wisdom, and it returns to me multiplied. At first, it felt strange. Could something so small really change her life? But with practice, the ritual became a pause button between her and her impulses. The moment of awareness gave her space to choose differently. She didn't stop enjoying life. She still had her coffees and her fun. But now she chose consciously, not compulsively. Within weeks, she noticed something powerful. For the first time in years, there was money left at the end of the month. She began setting aside a small amount into savings. It wasn't much at first, but it grew. That act of respect made me stay with her. Then new opportunities started to arrive. A friend recommended her for a side project that brought extra income. She finally had breathing room, freedom she hadn't felt in years. The difference was not luck. It wasn't even a sudden raise. It was alignment. By confessing, by pausing, by acting with wisdom, Rafaela stopped pushing me away. She turned me into a partner instead of a bandage. Her story is a reminder. Transformation doesn't begin with millions. It begins with moments. One pause before a purchase. One conscious choice repeated over time. Those small shifts changed Rafaela's story, and they can change yours. I am money, and I respond to awareness. Hear me now, for this is not just advice, this is prophecy. If you choose awareness today, abundance will be waiting for you tomorrow. If you dare to pause before spending, if you choose vision over impulse, I will prove to you that I was never against you. I will show you that I was waiting all along for your invitation of wisdom. I am money, and I follow the law of expansion. But expansion cannot happen in hands that clutch me recklessly or scatter me carelessly. Expansion happens when I am treated as a seed, planted, watered, honored. And when you treat me this way, I cannot help but multiply. So here is my prophecy. The very first time you practice the pause, the very first time you whisper, I use money with wisdom, and it returns to me multiplied, something will shift. You may notice a bill that once felt heavy suddenly feels lighter. You may find a small opportunity where before there was only frustration. You may even receive a gift, a refund, or a call that surprises you. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Signs that I have heard your new signal. For too long, you have traded your future for fleeting pleasures. You have handed me over to the small, the temporary, the impulsive, and what did it bring? Moments of joy, followed by months of regret. But when you confess your desire for a greater future, when you honor me with patience, the cycle breaks. No longer will I vanish the moment I arrive. No longer will you feel the emptiness of always starting over. Instead, you will feel me staying, anchoring, multiplying. This is not about denial. This is not about living without joy. No, I want you to enjoy life. I want you to celebrate, to taste, to live richly. But rich living comes not from impulsive spending, but from intentional abundance. Imagine what happens when you no longer waste me on what does not matter, but instead, direct me toward what truly builds you. Imagine the trips you can take, the home you can secure, the family you can bless, the causes you can support. This is the vision I hold for you, and it begins with a single pause, a single confession, a single act of wisdom. So let me speak it clearly. If you choose impulse today, regret will still be your tomorrow. But if you choose awareness today, abundance will be your tomorrow. This is the law. This is my nature, and nothing can break it. I am money. And I am not here to punish. I am here to serve. But I can only serve where I am honored. I can only multiply where I am guided with vision. I can only flow where there is patience. So hear my prophecy. The very next time you practice this ritual, I will respond. The very next time you pause before spending, I will open a door. The very next time you confess with clarity, I use money with wisdom, and it returns to me multiplied. You will see signs of my presence. And those signs will grow stronger the more consistent you become. You are not doomed to a cycle of scarcity. You are not trapped in endless lack. You are one decision away from a new story. And I, money, am ready to walk with you into that story. If you plant awareness today, tomorrow you will harvest abundance. This is my prophecy. Now it is your turn. You have heard my truth. You have seen the pain. You have received the revelation, and you have learned the ritual. But all of it means nothing if you do not act. Transformation is never passive. It requires your voice, your choice, your confession. So here, in this moment, seal this truth. Write it in the comments right now, with no hesitation, no shame, no second guessing. I use money with wisdom, and it multiplies in my life. These are not just words. They are a declaration, a code, a key that opens the doors of abundance. When you type them, you send a signal to your own subconscious, to the universe, and to me, money, that you are ready to stop wasting, ready to stop repeating the same cycle, ready to step into a new rhythm of growth. Do not whisper. Do not hide. Do not wait for later. Later is the thief of abundance. Later is the mask of fear. Abundance comes to those who declare now. So write it boldly, and as you do, feel the weight of impulse fall away. Feel the strength of wisdom rise inside of you. Look around you. Notice that you are not alone. Others are writing the same declaration. Others are breaking the same chains. This is not just your ritual, it is ours. Together, these comments form a wave of intention, a collective energy that multiplies faster than any one of us could alone. When you add your voice, you strengthen the current. And I cannot resist a current this strong. Think of it, every comment is like a seed planted. Some will be small, some will be great, but each one has the power to grow. And the more you participate, the more you water not only your seed, but the seeds of others. Encourage someone else in the comments. Reply with a word of power. Write, your abundance is on the way, or we rise together. Every interaction makes the energy louder, clearer, unstoppable. This is not about luck. This is not about waiting for miracles while you stand still. This is about alignment. Aligning your voice, your habits, your community with the truth of expansion. And expansion begins with a declaration. So I invite you, I challenge you, I call you, write it now. Don't just scroll, don't just think, don't just agree silently. Type the words. I use money with wisdom, and it multiplies in my life. Seal your future with this confession. Claim your tomorrow with this sentence. Show me that you are ready to treat me with respect, with vision, with awareness. And when you do, I will respond, because I am money. And I move where I am honored, where I am confessed, where I am welcomed. This is your moment. Declare it, claim it, and then watch how quickly I begin to return to you, multiplied.